Whenever a new Marvel film begins production, it's always a surefire fact that fans are already waiting to see when they can purchase the tickets.
You wanna buy some batteries?
The Marvel Cinematic Universe has been with us since Iron Man hit theaters, and that's quite a few years. And with the upcoming release of the new film Avengers Infinity War, we can't help but wonder, what happens next? And most importantly, what's gonna happen in this film? Before we get started, swing on over to that subscribe button to join the CBR notification squad.
Then you push this button
to stay up to date on all the latest news in the comic book world.
So we're saving the galaxy again? I guess. Awesome!
Tons of returning characters. So we know that Infinity War is going to be a climactic epic film. Heck, they've been building up to it for 20 plus films. We also know for sure that the Avengers are obviously going to be returning. But who else? Well, with new footage released at both Comic-Con and D23, we know that the Guardians of the Galaxy will be joining forces with the Avengers, and Spider-Man, of course, will be joining in on the fun. The Eye of Agamotto is the Time Stone, aka one of the Infinity Stones, and so we're expecting to see both Doctor Strange and Wong there to defend it. Ant-Man is among the heroes confirmed, and Paul Rudd has been seen in set photos. There's also Black Panther, Falcon, Loki, Scarlet Witch, Vision, War Machine, and Winter Soldier who have also been confirmed. Now that sounds like quite an epic lineup already, doesn't it? A bit of bad news though for those of us who were waiting for Captain Marvel. Joe Russo has confirmed that she will not be making her debut in this film. Luckily, she still has her solo film coming out. Is there anyone else you'd like to see in the film? Who else do you think will make an appearance?
Dude, seriously? You gotta clean up your room. It's a complete mess.
I am Groot.
I am not boring. You're boring.
Guardians of the Galaxy will be 4 years older. What meeting are you anticipating the most? We're willing to bet it's probably the Avengers and the beloved Guardians of the Galaxy.
I am Groot. You don't say.
Two superhero squads meeting up? Yes, please! If you were at D23 or were attentive to their panels and releases, you will have seen some Avengers Infinity War footage that included the God of Thunder Thor drifting through space, until he inevitably lands on the windshield of the Guardians of the Galaxy. The excitement is building! This event takes place after Thor Ragnarok and will put both iconic teams onto a collision course and battle with the scary and powerful cosmic crazy purple guy Thanos. Guardians director James Gunn has confirmed that Volume 2 takes place just a few weeks after the first film. He also revealed that this encounter in Infinity War takes place 4 years later after Volume 2. So does this mean a more mature Guardians of the Galaxy? We think they're gonna end up matching up flawlessly.
Well, I could have stuck the landing a little better. It's just a new suit. Wait, it's nothing, Mr. Stark. It's perfect, thank you.
Spider-Man's new suit and skills. We know that we've had quite a few Spider-Man films, but ever since Spider-Man Homecoming was released, we've totally become infatuated with Tom Holland.
Thanks.
Plus, this now means that we get to see him in Infinity War. How cool is that?
Gotta say, that's awesome.
The Avengers finally have their friendly neighborhood Spidey. One of the coolest things about Homecoming was that we got to see Peter Parker growing up with his powers. They don't all happen at once. Much to the dismay and disappointment of fans, we didn't get to see Peter's famous spidey-sense develop. But good news, friends. In the Infinity War first look at D23, we got to see Peter Parker sense danger while riding on a school bus. His spidey-sense kicks in and we see the hairs on his arms stand up. We also caught a glimpse of Spider-Man's new suit, and we must say, it's pretty snazzy. One of the great things about this film is the ability to embellish on the Iron Man suit, which no other Spider-Man film has done. Maybe this will be Spidey's chance to shine among the Avengers. What do you think?
We are Cull Obsidian, the Black Order, generals of Thanos, and we are your doom.
Thanos isn't the only baddie. We've all been teased about Thanos, the Mad Titan, being an important part of the Marvel Cinematic Universe since the end credits scene of the first Avengers film in 2012. And now it looks like his time has arrived. Of all the evil villains the Avengers have faced off, there hasn't been someone quite as bad as Thanos. Thanos is a pretty notorious villain and powerful to boot, especially with those Infinity Stones.
If I can't hit you with the hammer, then I'll hit the hammer with you!
Co-director Joe Russo has said that they want Thanos to be this generation's Darth Vader, so naturally we have some pretty big expectations for him. We will finally get a full-fledged debut in Infinity War, and we can't wait. But it looks like he won't be working alone. We know our favorite trickster god Loki is going to be appearing in the film as well, causing some serious chaos. But he's not the only other villain joining in on the fun. If you were paying attention to Comic-Con panels, it was confirmed that Thanos' children will be joining him in his venture. His children, also called the Black Order, is made up of Corvus Glaive, Ebony Maw, Proxima Midnight, and Cull Obsidian. Sounds like a pretty epic villain lineup, don't you think?
No way we all get through this. If even one tin soldier's left standing, we've lost. It's gonna be blood on the floor.
I got no plans tomorrow night.
It's the end for some characters. Unfortunately, we know that all good things can't last forever, and eventually they must end. That's just the way life is. Even our favorite fictional comic book characters aren't safe, especially when you take into consideration that these heroes are played by real-life actors. They're humans who age, which means after a while they won't be able to play these heroes.
Oh, what the hell? I don't got that long a lifespan anyway.
Infinity War has been a decade in the making, and it's going to be epic on many levels. Add to that the fact that we haven't lost any major players permanently. The MCU has not had anything really at stake, and Joe Russo has confirmed that everything has to have an end for it to have some true value. Kevin Feige has not implied who will be leaving, but he did hint that this confrontation with Thanos will leave some of our favorite heroes out of commission.
I will bathe Star Wars in your blood.
To make matters worse, we think it's some of our primary heroes, perhaps the one whose contracts expire soon. We're already mentally preparing to lose some of our favorites, but we hope we're wrong.
Then the universe exploded into existence, and the remnants of these systems were forged into concentrated ingots. Infinity Stone.
Infinity Stones. In the end credits of Avengers Age of Ultron, we saw the Titan Thanos wear the Golden Infinity Gauntlet, minus the 6 Infinity Stones, of course. There are 6 stones: the time, space, mind, reality, power, and soul gems. They provide their owner special abilities such as teleportation via the Space Stone, the Mind Stone provides telepathy, and time travel via the Time Stone. Pretty neat, right? Altogether, they form the Infinity Gauntlet, which enables the wearer to pretty much do anything they want.
It's one of the 6 Infinity Stones, the greatest power in the universe, unparalleled in its destructive capabilities.
In Guardians of the Galaxy, the Collector gave us a crash course on them, saying they were forged at the beginning of the universe. 5 of the 6 have already been seen on screen. The Space Stone, aka the Tesseract, was seen in Captain America the First Avenger and in the Avengers. The Mind Stone was seen in Loki's mind-controlling staff and is currently embedded in Vision's forehead. The Reality Stone appeared as a red cloud called the Aether in Thor: The Dark World. The Power Stone is the purple crystal inside the orb that Star-Lord picked up. The Time Stone is the green gem in the Eye of Agamotto in Doctor Strange. What about the other stone? Do you think it'll show up in Infinity or before then?
Hammer? Hammer?
Yeah, we can tell you're hammered.
Welcome back, Mjolnir. Those who are worthy Thor fans will know that things look pretty bleak for the mighty god of thunder and his mighty hammer Mjolnir in Thor Ragnarok's trailer. However, we have no doubt that Thor will be fine, as we've seen him in the Infinity War footage encountering the Guardians of the Galaxy. But what about the mighty hammer? What of its fate? Mjolnir was smashed into smithereens by the evil Hela, played by wicked talented actress Cate Blanchett. But wait a minute, Anthony and Joe Russo posted a picture of themselves on the set of Infinity War. Not too big of a deal, right? But they were both standing in front of a cathedral holding a perfectly unbroken and very much intact Mjolnir prop with the caption that said, "Worthy." So what gives? What does this mean? Are we being trolled? Don't toy with our emotions, Russo brothers. We're fragile when it comes to our comic book heroes. It would suck if Thor is only fighting in half of his capacity, so they have to bring it back somehow, right?
Doctor Strange, I presume?
You can address me as Sorcerer Supreme.
Doctor Strange and Spidey. We know that this film is going to be one gigantic culmination of epicness, especially when it comes to heroes. We're excited about the battles with the baddies, but mostly we're excited about the team-ups. How cool would it be to see our friendly neighborhood Spider-Man team up with Doctor Strange? The answer is very.
Allow me to help you.
Spidey's already used to dealing with big egos with Tony Stark as his mentor, so Stephen Strange will be a cake. And if you're doubtful about this match, these two characters have a lot more in common than you think, and so do the actors playing them. Although we don't know what other team-ups there'll be, we know that the union of Tom Holland, who plays Spider-Man, and Benedict Cumberbatch, who plays Doctor Strange, has been teased by the cast and crew. The charismatic duo said their chemistry was totally natural, which was thanks in part to their shared hometowns in real life, and also the shared hometowns of their characters. They're both originally from London, and as co-director Joe Russo has pointed out, their characters are both close to each other in New York. What do you think will bring them together in Infinity War?
When you can do the things that I can, but you don't, and then the bad things happen, they happen because of you.
trailer made a star cry. Filmmaking is a pretty complex process involving many steps before the film makes it to the big screen. From writing and development to the actual filming to post-production and adding all of the fun effects we love, there's a lot of work and time that goes into them. So you'll have to imagine that when the cast and crew is able to see a culmination of their work, it can sometimes get pretty overwhelming. Just think about it. Picture working on a project for months and even years, and you finally get to see a glimpse of it. Well, speaking of being overwhelmed, Infinity War and Spider-Man Homecoming star Tom Holland experienced just that. The new baby-faced Spidey revealed that when he saw the trailer along with fans at D23, he genuinely cried.
Captain? Big fan of Spider-Man?
Yeah, we'll talk about it later. Just...
Hey, everyone.
Good job.
He wasn't allowed to see much of the footage because he's been so heavily involved in the making of it, so he was overwhelmed, like many of us were. He was emotional at seeing what this franchise has become after 10 years, and now he gets to be a part of it. That has to be such an awesome feeling. We'd be crying too, Tom.
I was shown. It wasn't a nightmare, it was my legacy. The end of the path I started us on.
This is the end. Let's face it, we've had quite a few Marvel superhero movies these past few years. We've been introduced to many heroes and their journeys through their films. It's almost like they've become part of our family. And with each film and their famous post-credit scenes, our anticipation has been building. Since Samuel L. Jackson showed up as Nick Fury in 2008's Iron Man to pitch the Avengers Initiative to Tony Stark,
I'm here to talk to you about the Avenger Initiative.
we've been patiently waiting. Avengers Infinity War and its untitled sequel are expected to be a climactic finale to the Marvel Cinematic Universe as we know and love it. Before you start hyperventilating into a paper bag and planning your post-breakup playlist, we have some good news. This finale does not mean it's the end of the Marvel Cinematic Universe as a whole. You may begin your happy dance. But wait, what does this mean? Well, producer Jeremy Latcham said that it's not the end of the movies, but the end of a part of it. This means some big changes are headed to the big screen after these two epic films. What do you think they'll be? Any guesses?
Hey, fellas. Hey, wait, where are you going? Hey, gee, I've got so many more stories to tell.
Well, there you have it, folks. Which of these things are you most excited to see in Infinity War? What do you think will happen? Let us know in the comments below. While you're here, make sure to check out more awesome videos on our playlist. And if you haven't already, like and share our video. As always, thanks for watching.